Philosophical concepts are not relics of the past, but vital tools for navigating the complexities of our modern world. They provide individuals with the intellectual foundation to make ethically sound decisions, think critically, and engage meaningfully in both personal and societal contexts. In an age marked by change and uncertainty, the relevance of philosophy remains undeniably paramount.
The concept of justice refers to the conformity of a set of rules, whether individual or collective, to a normative principle of action or social organization. Therefore, this term can encompass at least three distinct meanings. When justice is considered as a virtue, it indicates that the acts and behaviors qualified as just respect specific moral values. If justice is approached in relation to society, it can be defined as the normative ideal for any concrete political and legal institution. Finally, if one focuses on its most tangible aspect, it refers to the institutional system responsible for ensuring the application of laws and sanctioning their violation. The notion of justice generally implies the respect of equality between the individuals to whom it applies, as well as the ability for any human community to rationally organize its collective life. In antiquity, justice is often seen as a social virtue. For Plato, it represents the appropriate order of the faculties of the soul and the classes within the city, each with a well-defined and distinct role, the republic. Aristotle considers justice to be the essential virtue because it engenders the highest degree of happiness, that of the community. He emphasizes the element of equality inherent in any notion of justice. He distinguishes in particular distributive justice, which concerns the distribution of goods, and commutative justice, based on more or less explicit contracts. From Hobbes, justice is considered to be an integral part of the rational process of establishing the state. It thus becomes synonymous with law and essentially means that it ensures the respect of individual liberties and collective security. It is important to note, however, that the normative dimension of justice in relation to law, rejected by the supporters of the strictest legal positivism who equate justice and legality, occupies a substantial place in modern political philosophy. Under the decisive influence of Rawls, there is currently a search to develop principles of justice independent of any metaphysical or religious foundation. Rawls conceives them as the principles that hypothetical individuals would choose if they were placed in an original position of ignorance about their future living conditions. Two of these principles are retained: the principle of maximum equality of liberties and that of an equality justified by consideration for the most disadvantaged, a theory of justice. Although this approach has had a considerable influence, it is also criticized for its exclusion of any consideration of social reality. Walzer, its excessive formalism, Habermas, or its underlying ethical assumptions, recur. Justice could well be the most appropriate term to designate the presence, within the legal system, of an ideal norm that does not only belong to the legal domain, but also has a moral dimension. This idea is brilliantly formulated by Derrida, who in his book Force of Law strives to conceive the conflicting but essential relationship between justice and law by emphasizing that law never meets the demands of justice.